Okay, story time. And before I say this story, just know that I'm blessed to be here. I've been in so many life or death situations, and I'm going to share them. Just go ahead and follow and stay tuned that I know that the man upstairs has been looking out for me all these years. Okay, now I was in between, I don't know, 9, 12 years old. I think I was maybe 11 years old, and I was walking from the boys club. Nowadays, it's called Boys and Girls Club. We used to go there, me and my two brothers, I guess to keep us out of trouble or keep us busy. So on this night, I was by myself. I was leaving the boys club, and I didn't have ID. Back then, you didn't have an ID unless you had maybe like a high school ID or a driver's license ID. But you know what? I think, 11 years old, so I didn't have no ID on me. The only form of identification I had on me was a piece of papers rolled up in my back pocket with my name on it. But I digress. I'm walking from the boys club, and the lights aren't on yet. So all of a sudden, the police car zoomed past me, going in the same direction I was going in. About 2 blocks up, turned on his lights, and he turned around. And I believe I was walking on the left side of the street, and a cop car came straight forward me. And by this time, I stopped because I started panicking. And again, I'm just a kid. I started panicking. So the cop car stopped in front of me, and 2 police officers jumped out. And when they jumped out of this cop car, I noticed that both of them had their hands on their gun. And they looked at me and they asked me questions like, where was I going? What was I doing out this time of night and whatnot? And they told me that I met the description of somebody who was breaking into houses. I thought it was kind of odd because, again, I was a kid. And I know I hadn't broken in anyone's house. I was just trying to get home. So they asked me, did I have any ID? And remember, I'm a kid. I don't have ID. The only identification I had was papers in my back pocket with my name on it. And so I'm standing there with my hands up, and I said, yes, I have papers in my back pocket with my name on it. So he says, go ahead and get it. So I reached around with my right hand to get these papers. As soon as I grabbed these papers, both of these police officers pointed their guns right in my face. So again, I'm a kid. I start panicking. I drop all the papers, and I put my hands back up. Papers went flying everywhere. And everything is blurry after that. I forgot exactly what they said because, again, I was a kid. I'm 50 years old now. But I know they jumped back in their car and they left. They sped off. And I stood there in the street with my hands up thinking, man, I was about to die. But at that point, I didn't know why. So I looked around, picked up all my papers, and I ran home because I was afraid of the police, but I was more afraid of mama if I didn't get home before those street lights came on. That's one story. If you guys like that, why don't you go ahead and like and follow and stay tuned. I have many other stories. God bless. Leave your comments below.